Burnley versus Wolves on Monday. My Wolves are coming off a big victory against Chelsea in stoppage time. Pedro Neto with the stoppage time winner. Burnley is coming in, tying to Aston Villa, 17th place, 10 points. Burnley comes in. They're 1 point off relegation. Wolves, middle of the table, 10th place, 20 points. The table is really, really compact this year. So if Wolves win, they have a chance to shoot up the table. Also, Burnley, if they win, they get a chance to really separate themselves, get a little cushion off the bottom three teams. But I think both teams are coming off a little different games. Wolves looked impressive against Chelsea, especially in the second half, especially after they went down 1-0. Podence, he's been a little magician. He's been amazing for the Wolves. I love Podence. Neto, even more. Neto has really taken that next step this season. He's filling in more than admirably for Jota after he left. Silva, he's young. He started 2 games. I think we keep starting Silva. He has potential. There's going to be growing pains. Like I said, he's 18 years old. He didn't even get that much first time with Porto. First team playing minutes with Porto. Now he's getting some minutes with Wolves. He said he loves it here. So I think we keep starting him. He has potential. Let's see how far this kid goes. And for Burnley, in their game against Aston Villa, drew 0-0, but they were completely dominated. If you watch the game, Aston Villa had 27 shots the whole game. So many shots. They dominated that game. They just couldn't find the target. El Ghazi had a lot of chances that he just couldn't finish. In the end, Grealish had some. I digress. Burnley just looked overmatched in that game. They're fighting for relegation. I think if the Wolves want to really make a claim for that top 6, top 7 European positions, they've been a top 7 team the last 2 seasons. If they want to get back to those positions, they need to win games like this. And I low-key want revenge because last year in Project Restart and when the Premier League is back after the hiatus for coronavirus last season, Wolves had a golden opportunity to fight for Champions League spots, to fight for European spots. And one of the deciding games of that season was Wolves versus Burnley. Raul Jimenez scored a beautiful volley, put it in the left side. Beautiful goal. It looked like it was going to be the 1-0 winner. I think he scored it in the 79th minute. And then Burnley got a controversial penalty that I'm still upset about. And they were able to get the 1-1 tie, and Wolves lost 2 points in that game. That turned out to be the 2 points that Wolves needed to make it to Europa League. If they would have held on for that win, they would have had 2 more points. They would have passed Tottenham on the table, and Wolves would have had European football this year. But I guess sometimes everything happens for a reason. With the struggles that the Wolves have had this season, with Raul Jimenez going down, with some lack of depth that has shown this season, maybe it's for the best that the Wolves didn't play European soccer this year. Maybe it's for the best that we're not thinning out our team too much playing European competition. So everything happens for a reason. It is what it is. But I do want the Wolves to get revenge on Burnley for kind of killing their European hopes last year. I think the Wolves will go back to a back 4. This is one of the teams that Wolves should be the aggressor. Wolves should be the team going for the win. Wolves shouldn't be the team sitting back. So I don't think there's a need for a back 5, especially if they have been trying to go to a back 4. Like in some games against Arsenal it worked. Didn't work against Liverpool. Didn't work against Aston Villa. But if they're trying to make that transition, games against Burnley, against teams in relegation zone, fighting for just staying in the Premier League, those are games where we got to try the back 4. We got to take advantage of weaker teams, even though we haven't beaten Burnley in a while. But I think Adama needs to come off the bench. He still needs a lot of work. I think he does do a little better off the bench. He comes energized. He comes when the other team is a little bit tired. And he gives us a substitute on the offensive side. Right now, with Raul Jimenez being out, with Silva playing, we don't really have a lot of offensive subs. If you start Adama Traoré, if you start Podence, if you start Raul Neto, and if you start Silva, you look at the bench and you're like, damn, there's no there's no real offensive substitute. So I think because of that, you keep Trade on the bench. The starting lineup that I would like to see would be obviously Real Patricio in the back. I actually want to get Hover, Kijana Hover, a start at the right back position. Semedo has been a liability on that left side. The Chelsea goal against the Wolves came from that right side. He caused the penalty against Aston Villa. I think it's chance to give 18-year-old Hober a chance. Maybe he could shine. Let's find out what we have within him. And then I want to see the back four, Cody, Saiz, Marsal in the left. And then Moutinho's back, so he should get that starting position. I like to put Neves and Moutinho sitting in front of the back four. And then the three in front of them, I want to see Vitinha start as like the cam position, the center midfielder more ahead. And then Neto on the left, Podence on the right, Silva up top. I think that would be a real nice, strong starting 11. Let's give Hover a chance on the right side. Let's put Vitinha in the game. He got the game-winning assist to Neto last week. Like I said, in the limited time he's gotten, he looks like a quality player. He looks like the ball just kind of stays on his foot. He's a good dribbler. He looks comfortable with the ball on his foot. I'm excited to see what he's able to do. But if he doesn't play, then probably Den Docker. I would like to see Den Docker sit with Moutinho, and I would like to see Neves be a little further up the field, given more freedom to roam, not so much defensive duties. So that would be my back four. But I would like to see Hover instead of Semedo, just to give him a run, just to see how he does, and just to let Semedo know, hey, you don't have a guaranteed spot in the position. You don't have a guaranteed spot in the team, in the starting 11, no matter what your price tag is. Let's see how Hover does, in my opinion, especially against against Burnley. No offense to Burnley. Let's see how the Wolves do. But I am excited to see this game. It's on Monday. It's going to be like one of the last games of the week. So I'm excited to see if the Wolves are able to build on their win. And for Burnley, let's see if they're able to maybe get an upset. Wolves have been struggling to score goals before the Chelsea game. So Burnley might be able to just get a draw if they just sit back, hunker down, close the gaps. But I have the Wolves winning 1-0 and getting the victory at Burnley.